Okay, what we're going to have a look at then is how people look at things in hindsight to then explain why a trade worked. i.e., they can look at a situation, look at a move and say that trade worked, and they'll try and do the same thing again in future and wonder why it now doesn't work. And quite simply, this is down to looking at the result rather than the reality of taking the trade on. So people look at a point to execute and then they see a big move and go, right, the trade worked. But you have to look at the trade in isolation from the point where you execute without the hindsight ability to see what came next. What exactly would you realistically be looking for in this situation? That's the key to learning a new trade, to developing a new idea. So take this example. As you can see, the idea behind the trade is to buy the previous VPOC and then look for the move higher. Great, and it's easy to say, well look, it did 100 ticks, that's the move, and it worked. Well, your execution worked, yes, you could buy it at the VPOC, great. But at what point can you suggest, or at what point would you, if you're in that trade, have conviction that this is now a move higher? That's the first thing. So you ask yourself, well, where is that point? That point comes when you get back inside the previous day's range. As you get back inside the previous day's range, now you can say to yourself, this has the ability to move higher. But until it does that, all you have is an entry point where the market could trade sideways and go lower. It could trade sideways and just stay sideways. It could rally as it did. So that break back into the previous day's range is the first key bit of information that you would be looking for as you take the trade. And in terms of a target, it's easy in hindsight to go and look at that and go, well, 100 tick move. But in reality, the target at this point in time would be to break the current high of the day, which is around about the 89 level. That's really where you're looking for on this. And that's the way to think about a trade. Don't look at it in hindsight and look at what you could get out of the trade. Look at it in hindsight and ask yourself the questions that you would be asking when you entered that trade. At what point is this confirmed as being no longer just a pullback to the previous day's low, but instead the beginning of a reversal when it breaks that low? And then, after that, what are you actually looking for on this trade? These are things that can be repeatable. Looking at a move and saying, buy the VPOC and look at the size of the move you got out of it doesn't give you that information. This is the easy way that people can kind of sell an idea that they go, oh yeah, well just buy it there and look, you get this. And you can find an example of that. But the reality is that's not what you're looking for in that situation. For some people, all they would be looking for is to get back to the previous day's low, and that would be good enough for them. And to them, that trade has then worked because it has managed to, it's given them an entry and a defined target, which they're able to trade up to. That's what make a trade is, that when it works. When a trade works, it not only allows you in, but it provides you a target beforehand that you can say, that's what I would look for. And that's your definition of whether a trade works. So if that's helped you out, click subscribe, click on notifications below. I also do a workshop as well, so click on the link below and you'll be able to come and see a workshop about how else we go about taking trades on and what it is that makes trades work. I'll see you all soon.